From space, it is a breath, a vast green lung exhaling life into the atmosphere. This is the Amazon, a basin of unparalleled biodiversity, cradling 1/10 of all known species on Earth. But to truly comprehend its scale, you must begin not from above, but from within. You must follow the water. It begins here, in the frozen peaks of the Andes, where ancient glaciers weep into the thin mountain air. A single drop of water, released from its icy prison, joins countless others. It is the start of a journey, a 4,000-mile pilgrimage across a continent. Trickles become streams, streams merge into torrents, carving their way down the eastern slopes, gathering sediment, life, and momentum. These are the headwaters, the whitewater rivers, milky with the ground-up rock of the mountains. They are the architects of the lowlands, carrying the building blocks of the forest itself. As they descend, their energy mellows and they begin to meander, to braid, to spread their fingers across the immense flat basin. Dawn lifts from the water. The Amazon unfurls, a braided river, a green sea. For centuries, explorers have tried to measure its breadth, to chart its labyrinthine channels. But for every mile known, 1,000 remain secret. For this is not one world, but many, folded in layers of existence, each with its own rules, its own inhabitants, its own mysteries. We begin at the top, a skyline of leaves, a continent of green suspended 200 feet in the air. This is the canopy, the powerhouse of the forest. Here, life is a relentless battle for the sun. Giant emergent trees like the kapok and Brazil nut break through the ceiling, their crowns basking in unfiltered light, their trunks serving as highways for a universe of creatures. The air vibrates with sound, the guttural roar of the howler monkey, a territorial claim that can travel for 3 miles, is the jungle's morning alarm. Higher still, spider monkeys, masters of aerial acrobatics, dance through the branches with breathtaking agility. And everywhere there is a flash of color. Pairs of scarlet macaws, loyal for life, paint the sky, their calls a raucous celebration of the day. They are the most visible residents of this high-rise city, but they are far from alone. Life here can also be lived in the slow lane. The 3-toed sloth is a creature of zen-like calm, a master of energy conservation. Its movements are so deliberate that algae and fungi find a home in its fur, creating a living, mobile ecosystem, a perfect camouflage. It spends nearly its entire life upside down, a gentle enigma in a world of frantic activity. Even the plants here create their own miniature worlds. Epiphytes, plants that grow on other plants, crowd every available surface, their roots dangling in the humid air. The bromeliad is a perfect example, its overlapping leaves forming a private reservoir. Within this tiny, suspended pond, a complete food web plays out. It is a nursery for the young of poison frogs, a hunting ground for spiders, and a home for countless species of insects, many of which will live their entire lives without ever touching the ground. But beneath this vibrant, sun-drenched world lies another realm. To descend from the canopy is to enter a place of deep shadow and quiet suspense. Down here, in the understory, only 2% of the sun's light filters through. The air is still, heavy, and humid. The rules of the game change. It is no longer a race for the light, but a masterclass in surviving the dark. Here, survival depends on deception and defense. Creatures evolve to look like leaves, twigs, or even bird droppings. But some advertise their presence with brilliant intensity. The poisoned dart frog's jewel-like colors are not for beauty, they are a stark warning. I am toxic, do not touch. This is the language of the forest floor, and through these shadows moves the Amazon's greatest predator, a phantom of muscle and grace, the jaguar. Seldom seen, but always felt, it is the apex spirit of this domain, a silent hunter that holds the balance of life and death in its powerful jaws. On the forest floor itself, society is organized on a different scale. A highway of green moves across the leaf litter. These are leafcutter ants, the farmers of the jungle. They aren't eating the leaves. They are carrying these fragments, many times their own body weight, back to their vast underground nests. There, They use them to cultivate a special fungus, their sole source of food. It is a feat of agriculture that predates humanity by millions of years, a superorganism working in perfect, tireless harmony. But the ant's subterranean world is just one part of the most extensive, and perhaps most important, of the Amazon's hidden layers. A living network of roots and fungi beneath our feet. This is the forest's true brain, its nervous system. A vast, intricate web of fungal threads called mycelium connects the roots of nearly every tree. Through this wood-wide web, trees communicate. They share nutrients, send water to their thirsty neighbors, and even transmit chemical warnings about insect attacks. This is the secret to the forest's resilience, a hidden cooperative that underpins the entire ecosystem. This underground network is nourished by water, and in the Amazon, water is everything. It is not just the river, but a world within the river. We move from the forest of trees to the forest of water. The rivers here are not all the same. Some, like the Rio Negro, are blackwater rivers. Tannins leached from decaying leaves stain the water the color of dark tea, creating an acidic, nutrient-poor environment that supports a unique cast of characters. For half the year, the Amazonian rivers pulse, swelling with seasonal rains, and the forest drowns. This is the Várzea, the flooded forest. An area the size of England is submerged, and the distinction between land and water dissolves. Fish now swim where monkeys once leaped. It is a time of plenty, as the fish feast on fruits and seeds falling directly from the trees above. This water world is home to giants. The arapaima, one of the world's largest freshwater fish, can grow up to 10 feet long. It is an ancient air breather, forced to surface with a percussive gulp, a behavior that makes it vulnerable. Here, too, lives a creature of myth, the boto, or pink river dolphin. Intelligent and curious, they navigate the murky waters using sophisticated sonar, their minds as complex as the river is deep. And on the banks, the 6-foot-long giant river otter, the river wolf, hunts in boisterous family groups, their presence a sign of a healthy river system. When night falls, the water comes alive with a different energy. The air fills with a chorus of frogs, and beneath the surface, ancient predators emerge. The eyes of the black caiman, glowing like embers in the darkness, patrol the shallows. They are patient hunters, living relics from the age of dinosaurs, rulers of the Amazonian night. This is a world of constant vigilance, where life is beautiful, but also precarious. For at least 13,000 years, humans have also been a part of this intricate web. The Amazon is not a wilderness devoid of people, it is a home. Hundreds of distinct indigenous groups live here, their cultures as diverse as the forest itself. Their survival has depended on a relationship with the forest, built not on dominance, but on respect and reciprocity. They are the original scientists, astronomers, and conservationists of the Amazon. Their languages hold knowledge accumulated over millennia, the names of plants, the behavior of animals, the rhythms of the seasons. This is not a written library, but a living one, passed down from elder to child, through story, song, and daily practice. But this ancient home, this global treasure, is in peril. Every minute, an area of forest the size of several football fields is lost. The green sea is shrinking, giving way to fire and pasture. The smoke from these fires chokes the air, and the carbon they release accelerates a global crisis. The unseen worlds of the Amazon are vanishing before we have even begun to understand them. Yet, in the face of this destruction, there is resistance. There is hope. It is found in the courage of indigenous communities who patrol their lands, fighting to protect their ancestral home. It is found in the dedication of scientists and conservationists working to document the forest's biodiversity and find sustainable solutions. It is found in the resilience of the forest itself, which struggles to reclaim what has been lost. To look into the Amazon is to look into a reflection of ourselves. Its complexity mirrors our own. Its vulnerability is our own. The fate of this river, this forest, and its people is inextricably linked to the fate of the planet. We have measured its breadth, but we have yet to comprehend its depth. Beneath this green sea, entire worlds hide, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be understood. There are more secrets in a single square mile of this forest than we can imagine. This is our journey into that mystery. This is the unseen Amazon. If you care about the Amazon, share this video, subscribe for more, and join the movement to protect our planet's greatest rainforest.